Wiggle, wiggle.
Like.
Okay, Blitzer, Stud Muffin 1986 here, and boy, do I have a tips and tricks guide for you today on the new ATGM missiles. These tanks, honestly, when I first started trying these things out, were kind of a pain, and I just felt like I was missing something. And this is probably the same exact experience that you guys are running into if you haven't played one of these things yet, and maybe you're thinking about it or working up to it. Hopefully this guide will help. These are some real good tips on how to use these guided missiles and what I had found. It took me some time, but this is what I was doing. I was trying to estimate how long the missile would take to get there, when I should drop it, trying to use this first person view, and it was just a pain. You still need to fulfill your role as a light tank by getting to positions where you can spot the enemy. You are still a light tank. You have to keep that in mind. I'd see a lot of these. So yeah, just like that, where I'm trying to estimate how to get it there, hit the target, and really the value of these things that I saw in these missile tanks is to be able to hit enemies where normal cannons wouldn't be able to shoot them, like over hills and things like that. And I'm like, this is such a pain. There's got to be a better way to do this. So like I said, number one, you're still a light tank. You have to get to a position to spot. Look at this. I see a lot of these missile tanks trying to position themselves like TDs and really far off. That is not how you play with one of these things. If you have a clear shot, just use APCR. Unless, however, and you'll see it when I come across the WD destroyer where the armor is just too thick, you can use your missile and your penetration with these missiles like this. Just incredible, you can penetrate it. But if you have the shot and the tanks are out in the open, just use your APCR or your HE if you can get the pen, because there's just that's not the point, or where the missile is really fun. It's not where it's extremely useful. I'm going to show you how to do it. So yeah, you can still flank and go around. The heavier tanks have the thicker armor in front, and the missiles have about 300 or so millimeters of penetration, which is just incredible. You can actually get some good penetrating shots with the missiles. So here's another example. This is the last one, just before I actually go in to show you how to use the missiles, and not only how to use them, but it is a really, really fun. It totally revolutionized the way that I looked at these missile tanks. Because once again, here I am, I'm just trying to peek over, estimate all this science and whatever, and it just was such a pain. So this is how you do it. Once again, I'm still trying to fulfill my role as a light tank, get into effective positions. I just had the worst luck here. I just look at this whole thing is easy to shoot, and I shoot that thin red non-penetrating line on that AMX. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. But anyway, you point your cannon up. You have to go into your settings and make sure this is on, where you can adjust your cannon and adjust your view without having your cannon or turret rotate. Point your cannon up, and then from the third person view, you lock on the target you want to shoot, and then you can allow that missile to go over the hill and still see the enemy and still guide it in a way to pen it and get the damaging shot. So anyway, I hope this was helpful. Once again, you have to have that setting on. Go into your settings where you can move your view from third person without adjusting your turret. And then from that third person view, when you have your cannon pointed up or whatever, look at the target you want to shoot. Once you have it locked on, fire your missile, keep it locked on, and that missile will guide right into them. It totally felt like that one event way back in the day when the ATGMs, that Tier 7 one first came out. it totally was a game changer for these missile tanks. And I see a lot of players trying to, you'll see even the other ATGM, I think, trying to do what I was originally doing at the beginning. The missile just goes flying like way over me and it was a complete mess, where he's trying to use maybe his first person view to guide it. So I'm still getting to a spot. It's not perfect. As you can see, I missed the target right there. But I try to take aim, I lock in on him, I'm just waiting for it to reload. And yeah, so just waiting for it just to lock on, just to reload, and then I go ahead when I have the shot, fire, boom, and it makes it so much better. So use this tip if you guys are thinking about getting these tanks. Please do. They're so much fun. It takes some time to get used to. This is Stud Muffin 1986. Love you guys. Please become a patron to support my channel. $2 a month if you can. You guys stay cool and keep tanking.